From the perspective of established farming civilizations, ancient Greece looked like a child born with inherent deficiencies. While ancient Egypt was out here flexing ox-powered plows and shiny metal sickles, and Babylon was busy building god-tier irrigation systems, Greek princes were still herding sheep on mountain slopes, like, "Yep, these sheep are my best friends." But wait, if Greece was so behind, where did the jaw-dropping statues, insane temples, and galaxy-brain philosophy come from? Today, we're breaking down how Greece's geography made it totally miss the farming meta, and somehow still turn into the spawn point of European civilization. First of all, Greece is basically one giant pile of mountains, which meant farming there was a total no-go. Meanwhile, the Balkan Mountains up north acted like a giant bouncer, blocking the Greeks from the rest of Europe and making life pretty miserable and lonely. Now add climate into the mix. Greece sits next to the Mediterranean, which means Mediterranean climate, aka nature trolling farmers on purpose. Summer? Crazily hot, blazing sun, and no rain. Winter? Lots of rain, but barely any sunlight. Plants need water and sunlight at the same time, not this one-at-a-time nonsense. It's the only climate type where rain and heat just refuse to hook up. So, Greece couldn't grow grain, but they did get two MVPs, grapes and olives. These guys are built different. Dry weather, mountains, no problem. Grapes could be turned into wine or raisins, and olives could be squished into oil. Plus, this stuff doesn't rot easily, making it perfect for selling to other people. But here's the thing. You can't really eat wine and oil for dinner. The Greeks needed actual calories. So the Greeks hopped on boats and sailed to Egypt, hello Nile River, absolute grain factory, and even Mesopotamia to trade. And luckily for them, the Mediterranean Sea in summer is calm enough that you don't need insane sailing skills. Just don't be dumb. Trade led to talking. Talking led to ideas, and boom, civilizations started sharing brain cells. Greece borrowed knowledge from Egypt and Babylon and built its own thing. But farming like them? Nope. Stealing like nomads? Too risky. So, based on their tradition of sailing around to sell stuff, the Greeks developed their own vibe, a maritime commercial civilization. And here's the fun part. Grapevines and olive trees don't need much babysitting, which meant Greeks had free time. And when humans get bored, they start thinking too hard. So one day, some guy looks at the sky and goes, "Wait, who am I?" And suddenly, philosophy just dropped. This gave us the big three, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, the original brainy influencers. At the same time, China's philosophers were also thinking, but about society and relationships. Makes sense. Farming civilizations are crowded. If people don't behave, everything falls apart. Greece, though, small population, mountains everywhere, bad roads, you might not see another human for days. So instead of "how do we get along," Greeks asked, "Who am I? Where does the world come from?" They invented geometry, used math to explain the world, and planted the seeds of science. The problem? Humanity wasn't ready. Everyone else was still busy fighting over land and food. Greece was ahead of its time and stuck as a bunch of small city-states with no way to spread those ideas widely. So, farming civilizations stayed the main character, and Greece was the nerd quietly inventing the future in the corner.